Today, many people hate Amber Heard. There are people who sympathize with her, and there are those who ask questions. Who is she? A real bitch or a victim of circumstances? A disgusting person or a morally traumatized girl? An unprincipled liar or a sincere beauty worthy of support? What was her life path? How did she turn from a beautiful actress with a perfect reputation to a real target for hate? And why did she poop in Johnny Depp's bed? Answers to all these questions in today's video. Hurry up and subscribe to the channel, because we're about to get started. You must have heard of Amber Heard. Whether you're a movie buff, whether you follow Hollywood news, whether you've been living in a cave for the past 10 years, you definitely know who Amber Heard is. At least, you've heard her name for sure. The biggest scandal in the history of Hollywood shook the whole world in the last few years. The trial between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp was broadcast in all corners of the world. A trial in which one side of the conflict is seen to be true, and it's not Amber Heard. You can love or hate this actress for who she has become, but it is worth understanding that the whole life of this woman was one total challenge. And it is worth admitting that in order to achieve her goals, she overcame an enormous number of obstacles. Therefore, it is worth talking about her fate.
I feel I am a drag queen.
The story of our scandal fan began in the Texas city of Austin, in an ordinary Catholic family. The girl, together with her sister, grew up in strict church rules, which were instilled in her by her father, an ordinary manager, and mother, an internet researcher. Nothing incredible happened in Amber's early childhood. She attended St. Michael's Catholic Academy, and at the same time attended acting clubs, played in small theater performances, and starred in local commercials. Just an ordinary girl. And no one had any idea what she was going through at that time. 10 years later, she admitted that her family was not happy at all. The father allowed himself to raise his hand against the mother and the children. And there is no need to talk about the moral pressure from his side. Amber had been used to it ever since she was a child, and it became a major trauma that ran a bloody scar throughout her career, her entire life. The turning point in the girl's life came at the age of 16. It was then that her best friend, the girl with whom Amber spent most of her free time, died in a car accident. The moral blow that the future actress suffered at that time was insane. She could not find an answer to the question why it happened. The Catholic faith also did not give consolation, and Amber Heard decided that everything in life must be changed. Anger, sadness, and disappointment in her life were replaced by rage and determination. The girl abruptly renounced the Catholic faith. She refused to believe in God, who did not save her friend from death. She ended up declaring herself an atheist, and took full force to the development of an acting career.
It would be wrong to judge a place I've never seen before.
Not being distracted by the faith in which she was disappointed, Amber decided to change not only her outlook, but also the role of the family in her life. She also could no longer tolerate abuse from her father. Already at the age of 17, the girl went to New York on her own, where she began a completely new life. Nevertheless, childhood injuries left a painful mark on her mind, and in the future, when Amber Heard begins her relationship with actor Johnny Depp, these injuries will make themselves felt. But let's get back to our 16-year-old protagonist, because even at that age, she had a specific plan of action. The girl bought fake documents for herself in order to be able to get a job. So, in New York, the young beauty was accepted into a modeling agency, where she posed for not-so-famous magazines. This income was enough for living and building further plans. And most importantly, Amber could come to terms with herself and decide where to go next. Because modeling was not her goal, this work was only a means to reach her aim. A means to realize the dream of a lifetime and try herself in acting. Amber Heard achieved everything herself. The girl did not look for boys who would provide her a safe existence, did not leave the road halfway, did not gain fame thanks to scandals. She was really a very purposeful and hard-working person. Yes, after a year of working as a model, she again left New York for Los Angeles by herself. This time, she set a goal to build an acting career and immediately began to try herself in a large number of completely different auditions. In the 2004 film, luck smiled at her for the first time and gave her the opportunity to take part in the filming of the movie Friday Night Lights. The role in this sports drama was small, but in an acting career, the most important thing is to start and try and keep trying. That's why Amber tried out for different roles. This made it possible to gain seniority and experience. Especially often, the actress began to be invited in various comedy films and TV series like Drop Dead Sexy, in low-grade horror films such as Side Effects, and even in dramatic films such as the film Alpha Dog.
Watch how fast I can down this shit.
It was through all these small roles that Amber got to know the great celebrities of the world of cinema and got the opportunity to work with good directors. For example, in the movie Alpha Dog, she shared the set with Ben Foster, Justin Timberlake, and Sharon Stone. Not a bad company, right? At the same time, Amber always received only positive reviews for her performance from critics, no matter how unsuccessful the pictures were. A very promising star shone above the Hollywood Olympus. In 2007, another breakthrough occurred in Amber's career. First, she proved that she can make any sacrifices for the desired job. So, for the role in the series Hidden Palms, Amber lost 11 kilograms of weight in just a few weeks. Can you imagine that? Considering that she was already quite thin, it was not easy at all. Of course, it is far from the transformation of Christian Bale, but the result is not bad either. By the way, you can watch our video about Christian Bale and his transformation on the channel. So, in the same 2007, Amber Heard managed to land the first leading role in her life. The movie All the Boys Love Mandy Lane was not an incredible success. However, it became another step on the way to the personality we have today. Another step to world fame, the first main role. Already in 2008, Amber Heard was talked about as one of the most promising young actresses in Hollywood. Her roles in the comedy Pineapple Express and the sports drama Never Back Down also consolidated her status as one of the sexiest beauties in the film industry. For the producers, the mix was perfect. Young, talented, incredibly beautiful. At the annual Young Hollywood Festival, it was Amber Heard who was awarded the title of Breakthrough of the Year, and Maxim magazine included her in the 100 Sexiest Hollywood Beauties. Movies became more and more popular at the box office. The directors themselves started inviting the young star in their films. The only thing that Amber has always had difficulties with is her personal life. Later, Amber Heard's lawyer will say that all these problems are because of the family, that Amber's father's harsh treatment of his children led to the fact that the girl began to look for and produce toxic relationships. In 2007, she met actor Crispin Glover. However, the couple broke up very quickly, and Crispin himself did not comment on this breakup, only once noting that he was happy about breaking up with Amber. Already in 2008, the actress entered into a relationship with a girl, photographer Taza Van Ree, and in 2010, she made a really bold coming out. She announced to the whole world that she loves another girl, and this was even before same-sex marriage was legalized in California. Because of this courage, Amber earned the love of the LGBT community, as well as just caring people around the world. And the core year was 2011, because that's when Amber Heard met Johnny Depp. We talked in detail about the beginning and development of the relationship between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in our previous video, so go and watch. Now let's cover the basics. And it all started with the movie The Rum Diary, where Johnny and Amber played lovers on the screen. The film was fleeting and inconspicuous, but what was going on around it? Although Johnny had a wife and 2 children, and Amber seemed to be dating Taza Van Ree, rumors about the romance between these two arose almost immediately. The couple looked too organic on set, and spent too much time together. Already during the promotional tour of The Rum Diary, the actor and actress became very close. Just listen to what they said about each other. Here's what Johnny said.
Meeting an actress like Amber Heard, she's of another era, you know. It's like walking into a room and meeting Lauren Bacall.
And here are Amber's words.
He's a wonderful human being and a brilliant artist who I respect.
They were fascinated by each other, as people first of all, and the fascination was unstoppable. Very soon, Depp divorced his wife, and Amber left her girlfriend, whom she had been dating for 3 years at that moment. A stormy relationship with a lot of divorces covered them with their heads. Amber would leave Johnny. He would return her with expensive gifts, rename his yacht for her, and name his own beach on his own island after her. They got married in 2015, and for the first 6 months, they looked like the happiest couple in Hollywood. And then everything changed dramatically. Already in 2016, the couple broke up, and a year later, Amber Heard sued her husband, and he was forced to pay $7 million in alimony. Later, Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp, a star of the first magnitude, of harassment, rape, beatings, and moral pressure. He was excluded from a bunch of films, almost completely canceled as a person. However, he came back, sued Amber Heard, and started this very legendary process. The process was broadcast around the world. The process was covered by all the world's media, relegating global wars and food crises to the background in the headlines. Just imagine this scale. It was at this point that Amber Heard rose to fame. Did you notice we didn't mention her significant roles? A role in the blockbuster Aquaman, based on DC Comics, roles in box office films, and big fees. All because Amber Heard gained the peak of her world fame precisely through the court. It turned out that she lied, that she slandered Johnny Depp, and that she herself created a relationship with him so toxic that the whole world was horrified by the details. A court found Amber Heard guilty of defaming Johnny Depp's name with falsehoods and ordered her to pay $15 million in damages. This was the moment of total downfall that definitely led to the greatest glory. Amber Heard became famous all over the world, but what a price she had to pay for it. Perhaps she will still be able to return to the big stage with a triumph. What do you think? The trial between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp is the end of the talented actress, or just the beginning of something new? By all means, like this video if you don't want to see poop in your bed in the morning, and look forward to our new stories. Stories of how the stars of today came to their world fame, and what they had to pay for this fame.